But I'm, Jackie, in no doubt at all about your responsibility in this. And 2 million of us on the streets of London told you so at the time. And for you now to try and wash your hands of your share of the responsibility, I'm afraid that's a spot that will not out. All the perfumes of Arabia will not expunge that spot.
And all of your poetry, George, doesn't prevent people from being murdered and massacred in Iraq and Syria at the moment. I'm not washing my hands of what happened in the past.
You killed a million people in Iraq.
That is a separate...
You killed a million people in Iraq. It's incredible that you have the brass neck to be sitting here now urging another Iraq war.
George,
after
if
what
I was
you've already
still in
done.
Parliament, I would be there tomorrow, living up to my responsibility to answer the call of the Iraqi government and people to help to support them. And the fact that you aren't is something that you will have to live with.
Let me ask a final question to you, George. If not bombing, if not intervention, how do we deal with this cancer?
Give Iraq the weapons that it's already paid for but haven't been delivered. Strengthen the Peshmerga. Strengthen the governments of Iraq and Syria, and ask Saudi Arabia, Turkey and Iran to fight this battle. It's their battle, not ours.
2003, the war started. American troops coming in Iraq, and I started working as translator. Ramadi was the most dangerous area in the world. I never thought I'm gonna find a love in this place. When I first met Betu, I felt like, oh my God, this is the heaven for me. The war is dangerous, but I'm so excited because I'm with my boyfriend. This is the person I want to spend all my rest life with. But to be gay in my culture and my religion is bad. What happens if they find out about my relationship with Betu? So I start thinking about a life with Betu outside Iraq.
Nayev escaped to here after working as an interpreter for the United States military.
I asked my caseworker how I could bring my boyfriend here. He said, it's going to be difficult. In any time, he will be killed by his tribe and family. They're not gonna stop us.
It's welcome, next video. And I was just looking a bit at the Iraq War, right? In the Iraq War, seemed to be an absolute pathetic hoax, basically. Looking through some of these videos, like to try and find a bit of the footage, what they're passing off as the sort of urban combat footage type of thing, right? Which is obviously supposed to be proof of, you know, war, right? War taking place. And the footages, you know, you can't find a thing that is in any way realistic or convincing. You know, it's just garbage like this. You know, it's all, you know, there's plenty of like blokes running about and stuff like that. You know, it's obviously, it's all like that Dave Johnson explanation, you know, about what's it called? Controlled demolitions and strategic relocations. And, you know, there's plenty of running about with packs on, you know, look at them smiling, you know. Running about with packs on, that sort of, you know, playing army games type of thing they used to do when you was a kid. You know, going around corners and stuff, you know, like, and all this. But it's absolute nothing that makes you think, oh, this was a real war, you know, the horrors of war or something, you know. I mean, this is about as much as you get, you know, this type of thing. You know. And I was interviewing them and they're all smiling and, you know, having a whale of a time, you know, walking around playing army games, and it's pathetic, you know what I mean? It's pathetic, basically, this whole Iraqi war thing, right? And if you remember that stuff they showed on the live on the news at the time, right, was all this type of, they showed it all night long and all day long, this sort of footage of these like missile strikes or something, with just basically flashes of light, little booms, and that was supposed to be, again, that was supposed to be evidence that they were bombing all these cities and killing all these people and all that. Remember that stuff about it?
Over 900.
There's all plenty of little lights and little flashes and booms, and
Some anti-aircraft guns and 60 missile batteries began firing wildly into the sky. And 60 missile batteries, aircraft guns and 60 missile batteries began firing wildly into the sky.
Closing our eyes and firing into the sky. Hold us. Put up a barrage of fire any way you can.
Of the city, they flew straight towards it.
and this type of stuff's supposed to be evidence, of thousands, tens of thousands dead, of course. Little, little bit of light flashing. It could be anything, you know what I mean? When you sort of look into it, right, there's a lot of Jewish evidence in this Iraq, right? Well, Jews play an important role in civic life in Iraq, right? So again, you're talking about this Iraq country was part of the Jewish, network. It was it was under Jewish control, like all countries are basically, right? So when you're talking about this Iraq, again, you're talking about a hex, right? It's right, Iraq, right? You've got Qiar, right? So basically, Iraqi. Iraq means queer, right? Iraq means queer, right? So again, part of Jew queer culture, that queer thinking, right? Iraq, queer, so total Jewish Babylon idea. Of course, Iraq is supposed to be Babylon, right? So the location of ancient Babylon. As you can see, this Iraq is queer, right? Queer Babylon, Jew Babylon. Just like the Magnus Hirschfeld ideas and all that, the Jew Babylon, right? The Babylon Berlin. See, so the Iraq War becomes the Qiar War. See, Qiar War against natural people. See what I mean? The Qiar. 100% what it was all about, right? Total hex. Like this, right? Iraq. You see the Iraq in that, right? And so this is obviously going on today type of thing. But see here, right? The Lambda book report. And this Lambda Literary Foundation, like the Jesus and the Mary, right? Mary and the is an American GBTQ literary organisation. See what I mean? It's it's all the same codes, total Jewish ideas. And story, you know what I mean? So you see how they've been fighting the Qiar War for queer rights. They call it the Lammies. They call it the Lammies, really. They've been fighting this Qiar War, for rights and all this, to bring that out into the open type thing, Jewish Babylon style, really. Here's David Lammy MP, right? Born July 1972, 777 code. Right? This bit occurred. Of course, that was a hex. Anyone died, Iraq War. Anybody died, end of Iraq War. It was a Qiar War and a hex for Jewish Babylon.